So this is my phone. It's not really, because my phone's what's filming me right now. And the reason why I've said all that is because this video is going to be talking about 10 apps that I use as a medical student at Imperial College London. Your phone is actually probably one of the most helpful things that you'll have at university, and it'll surprise you to hear that because at school you were told that you should switch your phone off the entire day and basically never use it unless it's like 5 o'clock and you've left school. But at university that's the opposite. Your phone is going to be super important, and as a medical student you'll have plenty of reasons for needing it. Not only at university, but you'll also need it when you're travelling, when you're going to hospitals. So I've whittled down my favourite apps into 10 that I'm going to split into education, organisation and general. All these apps are available in the App Store, obviously, because I've got them on my phone and I've downloaded them, but they do vary in price. Some of them are free, some of them cost money, so I'm going to talk you through each of them, why I think they're useful, and you can make your own decisions if you want to maybe download any of them, and hopefully it's going to be a helpful video. So yeah, let's get straight into it. And of course, timestamps will be down below. Cool, so let's start off with the education stuff. Let's talk about that, because that's the most important reason why you'd have your phone out in like lectures and stuff like that. So I've got 3 education apps that I kind of mainly like to talk about. Number 1 is the Nice CKS app. So the Nice CKS app is an app that basically is an online textbook of drugs. And this is a really common app that a lot of people use. I use Nice because it's used a lot by Imperial, and it's also just a really good resource for looking up basic understanding of dosages, contraindications, indications for certain drugs, and as a medical student you're going to need to know that a lot, not just in hospitals but in tutorials, lectures, and sometimes it takes time to search it up, and different websites will say different things. It's really easy and it's also free to use, so that's always a bonus. The second thing is QuesMed. QuesMed is arguably one of the most used apps on my phone. What it is it's one of many websites. There are many people who run apps like this, but it's one of the more popular ones. This was created by medical students, I believe from King's or a London university of some sort, and it's essentially an online medical textbook, and this textbook contains pretty much most conditions that you'll need to know across your medical career, and it has questions on them, so MCQs, SBAs, EMQs. It contains flashcards, preclinical ones, clinical ones. Recently also now it contains anatomy questions, so it's got a whole variety of resources. I like to compare it to Bite Size when you were at GCSE, BBC Bite Size, which had like a textbook and you had questions on each chapter, but this is like a Bite Size on steroids. It's pretty much like got tons of questions. It's got a downloadable app that you can use, I think now offline as well, which is quite good. And it's just there if you're free, if you've got time, you don't want to get your computer out, you can just whip out your phone, have a go at some questions, and yeah, it's just really helpful to do when you're free and you don't want to waste your time watching Netflix like 24/7. So it's just nice to have that. It does cost money, you need a subscription. There are loads of membership options out there, but you know, I'd recommend it if you're going to use it across the whole year. If you've already got something like PassMed, you might not need it because PassMed does a very similar thing. Also things like BMJ on examination does a very similar thing. It doesn't have a textbook though. But QuesMed is just a really good one because the app is super good. It's really helpful, and yeah, I recommend it. And the next one is Anki. Anki is the most popular flashcards that by far at med school. Everyone uses it, but you know, you don't have to. You can use other things like Brainscape, Quizlet, and they're all also very popular. I use Anki just because I used it in year 1 and year 2, found no problems with it, and I just trust it more because it's more popular. It's been tried, tested through years of medical school students across the world, so I just fancy Anki a little bit more than the other ones, which might be a little bit more untested. But having said that, things like Remnote are getting more popular nowadays, so it's up to you. Anki is free. Once you get the app, you have access to everything. There's no membership because it's a public app, so pretty much it's open to literally anyone. The only cost comes with downloading the iPhone app, so you can get it for free on your desktop, on your iMac, on your MacBook, but when you want to download it on your iPhone, even on Samsung it's free, but on your iPhone it costs like £30 to download for some reason. There are free versions of the Anki app, but if you want the real Anki app, which might be better because, you know, there's better customer service, there's better sort of reliability, and you're not going to risk having the app break down one day, it does cost £30, but again it's a good investment because you're probably going to use it a lot. And also, like QuesMed, you can just open it whenever you want. You do need an internet connection for it, but like if you're at hospital, if you've got a break and you've got your phone, you can just go through flashcards. If you're at a tutorial, you finish what you're doing, you can just do flashcards. If you've are on the tube and you're not underground, you can do flashcards. You get the picture. You can do flashcards on it. It's a very basic app, but it's just really helpful because it means that you don't have to go through like loads when you get home on your iMac. So yeah. Next up is the general apps. So the general apps are things that a lot of people have, not just medical students, but I find that these apps are quite good just for lifestyle purposes, so hopefully they're going to be helpful to you. So number one, I've grouped into WhatsApp and Instagram. So these are like media kind of things. WhatsApp is very helpful because you probably definitely have it. I mean, everyone has WhatsApp by now. It's the main form of communication. That doesn't change at medical school. Literally every comms is over WhatsApp, group chats, individual chats, year group chats. I think everything is on WhatsApp. I can't think of a single thing that isn't. So yeah, I'd highly recommend if you don't have WhatsApp, get it and at least join the group. If you don't want to use it for like talking to people, just join like the main year group chat because a lot of the announcements get sent on there, and if you're not on that year group chat, you might miss out on some. But like, if you don't want it, again, it's not a big deal. All the important and vital ones will be sent through your uni email, obviously, because I know some people don't have WhatsApp, but it's just easier to have it. Instagram, on the other hand, I use it for controlling society accounts. So I'm a part of Respiratory Society, and if you're an Imperial Medical student, get a membership first of all. Very exciting. So I use it to control the account on there, and I like it. It's also great for just posting pictures of what you're doing, and also I use it for YouTube, so I post a lot of the notifications on YouTube on my Instagram, so if you aren't following it, make sure and go follow it. It's just helpful. Also, like, people who want to get in contact with me, like subscribers like you guys, it's very easy to do that over Instagram, so if you've got any questions for me, you can contact me there. Yeah, you know how easy Instagram is to use. I just recommend it. It's good. A lot of the uni sort of stuff comes out on Instagram as well, so it's quite nice to have that as well to stay up to date with things. The next thing are money savers. So I call them like money savers because, you know, they save money, but like they are used primarily to help me not spend too much. So things like the UNIDAYS app, which is really helpful. If you haven't heard of it, a lot of people are using it now, and it basically is where you create an account with your uni email, and it verifies you as a student because it recognizes that you're a university undergraduate, and you get loads of offers on pretty much everything you need. So every shop has a discount nearly with UNIDAYS, and you can save quite a bit with it. So I'd highly recommend it. Do be aware sometimes you need to carry your student ID with you if you do use it, but normally the UNIDAYS app has its own electronic ID, so if you just have your phone and you have the app open, normally they accept it. But yeah, that's useful. I also like to use Tesco. This is getting very boring now, I'm sorry, but it's just a very useful app, the Tesco app. I can't believe I'm talking about the Tesco app. But it's useful. Listen, Tesco's is everywhere. You know, if you need like a meal deal for lunch or something like that. This is so boring. But it's just really helpful to have. You get points from it, you get a club card and everything. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. It's Tesco's. It's just useful if you want it. And then also, I'd also recommend investing in a coffee membership if you're one of those people who likes drinking coffees. You hear a lot of people go to things like Pret a Manger, which I don't really like. It sounds weird. I just don't like the coffee there. I tend to go to Costa. It's pretty much everywhere, and where I live, there's a lot of Costas around me. So if you like coffee, which I do, you can get a membership, or you can get a loyalty card, or you can get an app, and that way you can just save money as you buy coffees. Yeah, just you get free coffees as well, which is always nice, and you get free food, free sandwiches sometimes. So yeah, just download one of those apps, Starbucks, Costa, Pret a Manger, and try and go to the same one regularly, because then obviously you get the loyalty points as opposed to going to different ones. Finally, the organization apps. So these are probably very important to you guys because, like I always say, organization is of the utmost importance at medical school. And I have two apps here. Number one, Notion. Notion is the most popular app at medical school, I want to say. I'm hesitating because I'm aware of things like Anki and Quizlet. But just because if you go into a lecture theatre and do a lecture, you'll see everyone has Notion open. Like, it's replaced like Pages, MS Word as the primary note-taking app. and it's free as well, because if you've got a university account, you get it for free, the pro features as well. It's really good for organization. If you've got it on your phone, you can quickly whip it out and make notes and stuff like that, so it's very helpful. I have that, and that's one of the apps that I also use quite a lot. The other one is ToDoist. ToDoist is really cool. It's basically in my opinion, a better version of the Apple Reminders app. I like it a lot because it's very easy to use. You can put your dates in, times even, you can put events in, and it alerts you to things. So if you want to get a reminder in a couple of days, it'll remind you by giving you a banner, an email, a notification, so you won't forget something. And also, when I got to uni, I kind of missed the idea of not having a homework diary, which is something that in the UK we have at school. So it's like a little diary we get, and we have to write like homework that we get it signed off. Most of us sign it ourselves and just give it to our teachers, but you know what I mean, it's fairly common in most schools, and I actually kind of missed not having it because I didn't know how to organize things, and ToDoist is like an electronic homework diary. That's the way I like to think of it, so it's really helpful in that sense. And if you just want to get organized, use it. There's a free membership which has most of the stuff that you guys need, and I prefer it over like the standard reminder app. And that's everything. Those are like 10 like subsets of apps that I use quite regularly as a medical student. Hopefully it's useful. If you've got any other apps that you're a medical student and you use, please let us know in the comments section. It could help someone else out. Like I keep saying, we are 50 subs away from 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy to think of. So if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. It's very surreal that we're getting to that point. But yeah, hopefully we can get to 1k subscribers by like December. That would be very cool. So if you want to subscribe and you are enjoying the videos, subscribe. You can contact me via Instagram if you've still got questions. And yeah, if you're a medical student at Imperial, you're also welcome to come and say hello to me. I am very friendly. I shouldn't need to say that. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the videos, and I'll see you all in the next bit. See you in a bit.